Northern Manitoba First Nations are some of the most remote and poorest in Canada. Suicide rates are skyrocketing, but tonight, a message of hope is being spread. CTV's Michelle Gerwing traveled to St. Teresa Point, a community only accessible by plane or ice road, to see that message at work.
In the halls of St. Teresa Point High School, Francine Mankisic keeps her friends close. The 15-year-old has never met her father and no longer lives with her mother.
I hold it in a lot, and I had to stay strong for my brother, that I had to take care of him.
It's not easy for the grade 9 student to talk about. That's why a group of artists and speakers have made a point to visit the remote First Nation.
I'm called to make a difference, including to forgive.
It's called Live Different, a national charity that sends teams of young people from school to school, spreading the message of empathy.
What they need is love. They need someone to be there to encourage them and to love them and to accept them of who they are.
Each member sharing their own story.
When all of a sudden I just blurted out, "Mom, a while ago I attempted suicide."
Winnipegger Brad Mason lost his teenage daughter Samantha a few years ago to suicide. After seeing the presentation with his wife, he decided to help bring it to 13 Northern Manitoba First Nations.
Both of us felt very strongly that had Samantha been able to witness the presentation, it very well could have had a positive effect on her life.
MKO Grand Chief Sheila North Wilson says messaging like this is a necessity. She's hearing from chiefs and council that youth empowerment isn't at the top of their list of needs, and yet it's the key to community success.
The more that we remind ourselves of that and remind young people that they can make a difference in their own community and their own province and their own country, the better off the rest of us will be.
Mason says the most powerful moments are happening during sharing circles.
We had a 10-year-old girl in one community who had already planned out her suicide. She had it written down in her journal. She was going to take her life, and she said that now that she's heard the presentation, it's given her hope.
The reaction at St. Teresa Point is just as immediate. Students open up, some for the very first time.
As soon as the presentation was over, I went to the counselor to talk about what's been going on.
I know that other people are going through the same thing, and that it's okay to go through that.
A different outlook in just one day. Michelle Gerwing, CTV News, St. Teresa Point First Nation.
The Live Different Youth Empowerment Tour is spending 2 days in each community. You can learn more about the charity online. We put a link to its website on ours. Just go to winnipeg.ctvnews.ca.
Tansi, hello. My name is Ryan Wood, and I am the Director of Canadian Programs for Live Different.
And I'm Trisha North. I am the Indigenous Program and Road Team Leader here at Live Different. And just wanted to greet, as you all gather, all the chiefs, elders, and delegates. Wish we could be there with you today.
I would like to say a big thanks to the 14 communities that hosted our team, to the chiefs and counselors and educators who brought us in. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for inviting us in. I was actually with the team myself for the first month that they were on the road, and I loved it so much and didn't want to go home that my wife and 3 kids had to send the Grand Chief and our Executive Director, Charles, up to STP to throw me on an airplane and bring me back home. I think it's because I had so many Wood cousins up there that I just felt right at home. It was an incredible experience. And seriously though, being able to be there and to learn from the community members and to meet the youth, and your youth are just such beautiful souls. And it was an honor how they opened up their lives to us, and it just meant so much to us.
Definitely. And personally, I know it changed my life and the lives of my team members as much as we hope that it changed their lives as well. And I know it's something, an experience that my team, that they'll carry with them forever, because it's something that they talked about again and again, even throughout tour as it went on. And just really, we're looking forward to the upcoming school year. We want to reach even more communities, and I know the team is really looking forward to it, as well as myself. Looking forward to coming out to even more communities this semester.
Yeah, and I want to thank Brad and Judy Lynn Mason from DMS Industrial Constructors. They're the ones who helped provide us the funding to start this new Indigenous team. So a huge thank you to them for their support. And also a big thanks to Grand Chief and Jennifer, Renata, Curtis, and the whole team at MKO. You guys have just been amazing to work with, and it's just been such a privilege being able to work alongside you. And also to Chief Easter and Chimamawin, thank you for your support and help with the INEC grant.
Definitely, and we just wish you an enjoyable and productive assembly, and like I was mentioning, we look forward to coming out to even more communities this upcoming year. So, Agase, thank you.
Agase, goodbye. Thanks.
Just say your name and how old you are and what school you go to.
Okay, my name is Ivan Flett. I am 18 years old, and I go to school at St. Teresa Point First Nations.
What do you hope for the students in your school?
I hope that they understand that there are other people feeling how they're feeling, that they're not alone. When Kathy got on, talk about how she saw her mom as a super mom and as a superhero, that really impacted me, because as a kid growing up, my dad was a heavy drinker, and no matter how hard it was, my mom would always pick herself back up, take care of her family, take care of me. I really hope students really saw this as an opportunity to turn their lives around. What they really need is more open arms for them.
To escape my reality, I soon found myself in this lifestyle that I had never chosen before. I always chose not to drink. I chose not to do drugs. I chose not to go out and hang with certain people and do these things, because that's not the lifestyle that I wanted for myself. But I soon found myself in that exact lifestyle where I was out. I was drinking and I was getting high, and I was surrounding myself with these people and getting myself in these situations. And before I knew it, I found myself at the lowest point in my life. During conversation with my friend, they suggested that we start bringing drugs up to the reserves. Or anything, especially on an isolated reserve like this, things go for 10 times the price than in the city. Even bread or a jug of milk. I knew I had a choice to make though, and I couldn't go on in that lifestyle any longer. And coming to terms with myself at that point was so hard, but I remember a conversation that was even harder, and it happened over what was supposed to be this nice dinner with my mom and my stepdad, but I couldn't help it. I ended up just breaking down, and I shared with them my fears of changing and the lifestyle that I was trying to leave behind. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but they encouraged me it would be worth it. And it was worth it.
Every time I listen to the presentation, listen to the speakers, and it makes me feel in my own personal life that I'm not alone, you know, in my grief and in my struggles. And it reminds me about how we all have a story, you know, we all have a certain degree of brokenness, and it's inspiring to hear people that you know, that have had struggles in their lives and have found a way through them and found happiness on the other side. So I mean, that always inspires me personally. You know, it was a little bit shy. I didn't want to say too much, but as it went around and around, people started to open up a little bit more and talk about, you know, some of the things that makes them happy and makes them angry, and makes them sad, and hopefully we encourage them to continue communicating, because I think that's the key to healing at the end of the day.
I think when you see someone opening up, it makes it a lot easier for other people to open up as well. And like, I had no idea that I shared a lot of similar experiences as a lot of you guys as well. So like, thank you for making me feel like I'm not alone. It means a lot.
I think for the kids themselves to see that other people are sharing the same thing that they're sharing internally is huge, and you know, hopefully they don't feel alone anymore. Live Different does such an incredible job of improving lives and motivating people and starting conversations. Really, the biggest thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that it's accessible to all kids across the country from coast to coast, because it's life-changing. There's absolutely no question about it. You can tell by the texts and the messages and everything else that the kids send back.